I don't want to leave my home.
Edith Mackay was placed in her first group home when she was 11. For the next 18 years, she bounced from home to home and in and out of the Nova Scotia hospital. At 29 years old, Edith was sent to live at the Sunset community in Pugwash.
Well, this looks like home, doesn't it?
Yes.
Edith has favorite staff and friends here. The other night, she cooked her own dinner for the first time in her life.
2 pieces of fish and mixed vegetables.
So you went healthy.
Yes.
How did it turn out?
Good.
In 2021, Nova Scotia's Court of Appeal ruled that some people living with disabilities in Nova Scotia were facing systemic discrimination because the province housed them in large institutions. In response to that ruling, the province is closing all of them by 2028. Residents have to move out whether they want to or not.
The 2028 timeline is very ambitious. We do know that it does take a lot of thoughtful planning and time to make a transition happen in the right way.
Now a change is coming, and Sunset won't be open forever.
No.
How much do you know about that?
Well, that's upsetting to me.
Tell me.
Well, this is my home. Yeah.
Some residents are nonverbal, some need 24/7 care. The province has hired support coordinators to work with each person and their families to plan for the future.
Everybody is so different in their needs and what they want and how able they are to voice what they want and their support systems. You know, do they have family to help with that, or are they dependent on the staff who have known them for many years to help with that?
28 of Sunset's 43 residents want to stay in the Pugwash area, but there are very few housing options. And another resource is in short supply.
As we understand it, it will be more staff, not less. In this kind of environment, you can have, 2 staff looking after, say, 8 people around the clock. And then if those 8 people each live in their own home that, need that around the clock type care, they'll need 8 people instead of 2 people. So yeah, if you do the simple math, there will be more need for support staff. So
Sunset is planning on building a complex of mixed accommodations called Sunrise Landing. 8 units are intended for current Sunset clients. The province has also included a home sharing model as an alternative. Homeowners in Pugwash could open their doors to anyone leaving Sunset with no viable options.
I wonder how it's going to be for the people that really aren't capable of living without supervision, those that need to take drugs on a regular basis, those that are not good at preparing meals.
Andrew Baker flew from British Columbia to attend a meeting about the move. His 62-year-old sister, Beverly, has lived at Sunset 42 years, all of her adult life. She requires continuous care, and Baker feels she'd be better off staying at Sunset.
But there is a group of people that live in institutions who really are better served by living in a complex that has all the facilities to deal with their issues, mobility issues, all sorts of complex issues that are very difficult to deal with in a setting where you just have a house with, say, 3 or 4 people in it and a few caregivers. And I feel that the government needs to re-examine this.
It's not just difficult for families, it's difficult for the clients, it's difficult for the staff, it's difficult for everybody to make this transition. They told a story today that Edith cooked a meal the other night at the home. That's the first time in her life that she's ever done that. I don't think Edith would be here today if it was not for Sunset, and it's because of their attitude of, they don't have a can-don't attitude, they have a can-do attitude. So that's been a huge, huge support for us over the years.
For all affected by the Nova Scotia Court of Appeal's decision in 2021 and everything the province is doing to act, many say the future remains uncertain.
most of the staff that express concerns, it's just for genuine care of the people that they've looked after. You know, none of us have a crystal ball that's exactly clear of how this is all going to play out.
Because some mornings I wake up and I say to myself, Sunset, you become my most important and number one family home.
Portia Clark, CBC News, Pugwash.